Trump is going to need a few more good men if he's going to continue this fight. Joining us now, speaking of, is former WWE champion, WWE Hall of Famer, and the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, Mayor Glenn Jacobs. Mayor, welcome back.
Hey, Chanel, thanks for having me on.
So many headlines now where the left seems interfering. They are doing the very things that they have long accused Republicans of doing. But we have headlines now of foreign interference from so-called allies. You have untraceable money that seem to be tied to who knows what groups, but they certainly don't seem American. And the outrage is just absent.
Yeah, you know, for over 100 years now, America's been on this slow march to socialism. It began an aggressive era, speeds up a little bit sometimes, slows down sometimes. Republicans do slow it down, but never seem to stop it. And the fly in the ointment is a guy named Donald Trump. He's the person that's not going to play along with all of this. And I think that's the real reason that they hate him, is he's standing in the way of their socialist utopia, and they're right on the brink of being able to impose that. In fact, I think they realize that this is really the last chance that they have. And here you have this guy that just doesn't play that. He's anti-establishment. He's outside of all of those things. So yeah, they hate him, and they'll do anything to stop him, and they'll do anything to stay in power, because that's really what it's all about. They want to create a world where everyone's dependent on government. That way you can't kick them out, because if you do, you're cutting off your own paycheck.
I know you haven't been a politician all your life, but you've entered into the realm of politics. You talk to people on a daily basis. You talk to regular voting folks every day. What surprises you about the everyday, about politics in general, and the perception of politics on the ground level? Yeah,
that's a great question. And too many times it comes down to, these personalities. Well, I don't like Trump because he can say mean things, or he puts out mean tweets. Well, I mean, what do you think that the other side is doing, right? They're just maybe better at camouflaging their vitriol, but I would argue that they're actually much worse than Donald Trump is. I mean, the guy's been shot at twice now. And, as you pointed out during your monologue, violence is something that really occurs from the left. I mean, they always point to the right, MAGA, and say January 6th. And January 6th was a terrible thing, obviously. It was a riot that went out of control. It was not an insurrection. But you see what happened across the country in the summer of 2020, where you literally had state houses, say in Oklahoma, where the legislature is being held captive by mobs. You saw cities burning. You saw all these sort of things. So it's hard for me to take seriously these accusations that the right uses violence, when it certainly seems that it's more endemic on the left. And now they have foot soldiers with Antifa and other groups that literally take to the streets and will get their way by using violence. And that's when you know something is really wrong in this country, when political violence becomes acceptable. Chanel, I saw a poll not too long ago from Rasmussen, a reputable polling company, that 28% of Democrats thought the country would be better off if Donald Trump had been successfully assassinated. Just imagine that a significant portion of a group believes that the country would be better off by using political violence. How do you even answer that?
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.